Welcome into 5 Wide Fantasy. Today's video, must-start players for Week 2 of fantasy football. We're entering a DFS contest into the Week 2 100K Sunday Smash contest over on OwnersBox. If you're in Ontario, great news for you. Yeah. You can still play DFS, and you can play with us at OwnersBox. The link down below to sign up is in the description. $500 deposit match, $10 free entry into the DFS contest, and a $10 free entry into Lightning Lineups. If you have not heard of Lightning Lineups, that's great. Another person they can get to play in Lightning Lineups. Let's roll the tape. The most electric way to play fantasy sports this season. Lightning Lineups presents you with 3 teams of 3 players. Find the trio you think will score the most fantasy points, or spin the wheel to generate a new matchup. Love your lineup? Add more opponents to increase your payout. Submit your entry for free and make your way to the pay zone. Again, like I mentioned, free entry for your first Lightning Lineups contest, so be sure to check out the link in the description. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We can help you out all season long when it comes to setting DFS lineups, when it comes to setting your season-long lineups. But let's get to building a lineup here. Again, in this format, it is a super flex format. No defense, no kicker, because defense and kicker are a bunch of bullshit and are not necessary. Yes. And super flex, adding this new layer, we're usually always going to QBs. So why don't we start there? We're looking for quarterback, wide receiver stacks. Where do we want to start, Ryan?
So when I originally did a couple of my lineups for this week, I was looking in the area of Jared Goff against the Commanders.
Yeah.
Their secondary has not improved, as we saw last week. The Jaguars scored 22 points, I believe it was they finished with. But Trevor Lawrence's stats weren't eye-popping, but some of the receivers were. So that gives me, that's encouraging, especially the fact that Jared Goff had a good Week 1 game against a pretty solid, what's supposed to be a solid Eagles defense. So I think at 6,400 is a pretty good price.
I like that. I would like to go, as I am high on Amon St. Brown this week, but I actually would like to pair him with TJ Hawkinson, if that is all right with you.
How much is TJ? Yeah,
he's sure. 5K this week. I like this matchup against Washington. We're both in line in terms of concerns with their secondary. As opposed to going Amon St. Brown, I like going TJ Hawkinson to stack with him. Who would we look at for the second QB? If I'm looking at some options in terms of lower priced guys, one that would stick out would be Mariota. I think the Rams secondary could be a bit of a problem beyond Jalen Ramsey. Other one would be, I think the Seahawks will be continuing to throw the ball against San Francisco, who have a stout run defense. Other one, to me, if I wanted to spend a little bit more, Joe Burrow against the
yeah, I was looking that
Cowboys.
I also think like the Cowboys won't have the ball in offense for a very long time with Cooper Rush at quarterback, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like their time of possession just won't really be there. So I feel like Burrow, even with T. Higgins probably out, like he still has a great receiving core with Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, even Joe Mixon. So at 7,000, like him, it's a little surprising to be honest, see him in the 6th most expensive quarterback, I think.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Good matchup. And then the other one I was looking at was Carson Wentz against Detroit. We could just attack that same game.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr against Arizona, just having seen what Kansas City was able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek Carr could be a good option too, to be honest. That's tough.
We could go Carr and Adams, and honestly, that would be a very nice stack because Adams, those receptions from last week could be massive.
Who would be covering Devontae? Buda Baker?
Yeah. Who else is still over is there right now?
Yeah.
I'll go Carr.
Let's throw Carr in there.
And Devontae.
And you want to go Adams?
Spending up on this duo, but
so we got how much more to play with here?
Yeah, from there, let's go. I want to look at like some of the cheaper options.
For flex?
I think Paris Campbell is a great cheap option. He was second in routes behind Michael Pittman. He's only 4,100 this week. Going against Jacksonville, a team that I noticed from last week, was not tackling well. Their coverage wasn't great. No. I really think Paris Campbell, we get someone nice and cheap.
4,100, I can't disagree with that, Tyler. Yeah. So,
anyone else that you looked at that was like in that lower price tier?
Yes, but I know you don't like any of either of the players. And I was going to say DJ Chark, but we already have Hawkinson, so no, I don't want to do 3 players. Obviously, DPJ was the guy I was looking at just against the Jets. I feel like the Browns will still be able to score a decent amount of points, but
Zay
looking
Jones
even further
was good with
down,
Jacksonville last week.
Take a flyer on AJ Green if we really, even though he did nothing last week, that would just be a total blind pick.
Chris Olave hasn't got the price bump, even though he did lead the Saints in routes run last week. Obviously, Tampa Bay isn't an ideal matchup,
but deep at corner.
It is a team that the Saints have tended to have their number.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom put up some big time numbies on the platform last week.
He put big numbers up last year too when they played the Bucks. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I could be wrong. But, you're going way too far down here, buddy.
I'm just making sure we're not missing anything. Marvin Jones. Wow, Marvin Jones isn't terrible. Pickens was the clear 3 this past week.
What's Claypool's number?
Let me tell you, Ryan. Claypool's 4,700. Not bad. Okay. He did lead the team in receptions and targets.
I'll tell you one thing, even though I don't think they'd really be on our radar, the Ravens receivers, even Lamar, I would fade this week because the Dolphins blitz at an insane rate. I don't remember if you remember last year, the Dolphins beat the Ravens, I'm pretty sure, on Monday night, or either Ravens came back. But no, I think the Dolphins did beat them.
I think the Dolphins won that game.
And it was the same kind of game script. We saw it last week when the Jets blitzed. Lamar Jackson had bottom 3 quarterback numbers among week 1 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a cause for concern considering how much the Dolphins blitz the quarterback.
Yeah, where do we want to go with another lower priced player here? We could look at a guy like
what about Hayden Hurst?
Well, we have
tight end. Right. What am I saying?
Raheem Mostert might be interesting just because Baltimore struggled against the run last week and did last year. It doesn't seem like that's changing very much.
We just need him to score a touchdown. Yeah, sure, throw him in there.
Okay, so now we can spend a bit, $5,300 a pop with 2 flex spots and a running back. So
if we're not going to take Burrow, I think we should definitely take Tyler Boyd because he's at $5,400.
Yeah, so something to monitor throughout the week if Higgins is back. I was looking at the latest report this afternoon that there is a chance he could play this week, but if not, Boyd would be worth the price. If Higgins plays, we're definitely going to make a swap here before the game start on Sunday.
Definitely.
To someone like Julio, I think wouldn't be a bad option. Or
are we
Daryl
eating
Henderson,
the cheese on? Oh, what about Chase? Oh no, we already took Raheem Mostert. Are we eating the cheese if we take Kareem Hunt? You think?
Yeah,
I think so too.
Stole a couple.
What about Julio?
Scores. I think Julio's not a bad play. I would like to go someone under 5K.
Okay.
That way we can spend 55 on
whatever running back or receiver. I guess it would be depending on who. I guess I'd want a Michael Thomas.
No, actually Lattimore in coverage.
No, not Lattimore.
Marquise Brown would be nice at 58, or we could spend right around this number and do, because we have 52.50 left. So
I don't want to do Russell Gage. No. Ayuk?
Holy crap. Donovan Peoples-Jones got a price boost. I like Ayuk. I think Seattle's run D is really good. I meant to bring this up. Seattle's run D is really good. So I think the 49ers will be throwing the ball a bit more.
Is it really good, the Seahawks run D?
Yes. Yeah. Top 5 last year. And was good against
last year.
The Broncos. They still got a bunch of the same guys. Obviously they lost Warner, but I don't think that's a huge deal. I like Ayuk. I say we go Ayuk.
Okay.
And then we round out 5,500 left. Got to go to a back. We've got Cordero Patterson against the Rams, who should get volume. Melvin Gordon in that split.
Daryl Henderson,
5,200.
I think that's a good.
Had like a 90% snap share.
And he will again this week. I doesn't really look at Cam Akers is at full speed. Kyron Williams is hurt.
Yeah.
They could be running the ball a lot at the end of the game if they're leading.
Find success. Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so who do we have here? Jared Goff. Mostert is a total price play on the fact that we think he can score a touchdown in this matchup. Henderson has obviously the target share. Devontae Adams is unbelievable. Paris Campbell, I think that's actually a really sneaky good play.
Yeah,
Paris Campbell,
I like Paris Campbell this week. I have him in my top 40.
There you go.
Positional rankings. Hawkinson to pair with Goff. Boyd. Again, we can make an adjustment with Higgins out. We actually have $300 left over, so we can actually go to someone else with a little bit higher price, even if we want to. And then Ayuk, I think this will be more of a passing game script for San Francisco. Might struggle to run the ball, and then Carr to run that stack with Adams. So I like what we got here.
Nice.
Again, if you guys want to build a lineup, free $10 for entry with promo code DFS10. Link is down below again to sign up. It's in the description. Let us know if there's some guys you're targeting this week. Join us in the Discord. We're also running a Twitch stream every Sunday, and we will be streaming on Thursday night for Thursday Night Football for my Chargers taking on the Chiefs. So we're streaming on Twitch. Be sure to follow us on Twitch. That link is in the description too, and we help with any start-sit decisions you need to make on Sunday morning. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.